Hey guys, Shadow Artiste here, downtown Toronto, grinding away. Today's going to be a bit of a different video. I'm going to show you a class that I did a couple of weeks ago. I shot a couple of, I don't know, I was thinking of maybe making a course or doing some sort of members area, but now that I think about it, forget it. So I'm just going to give it out for free. and I do have like a little members join area down at the bottom. It's like $3-4 a month, just if you want to help out getting this type of alternative art education out to people. All right. And whatever. And of course, it'll help me out as an artist too. You'll be like kind of like a patron of mine, and it's cheap. All right, so enjoy it, man. This is a good one. It's a class, and it explains how I got my style, and I show examples and how I did it, and it'll give you confidence to get a style together too once you watch it. All right, enjoy, guys. Let's go. All right, hope everything's working. Think I'm getting better at this stuff. All right. How's everybody doing? Today's lesson's going to be about style. Getting a style. If you don't have a style, man, you ain't an artist. How is anybody going to know who you are if you don't stand out, right? The reason why I'm doing this is because I noticed very quickly that the people that probably come into this community are probably going to be in two categories. They're going to be either have their style down, so they already know what they're doing. Those are the natural artists, right? So there's those people that are going to come with a style already, and they want to move forward. They want to make money, pretty much, which is what we all want to do, right, as artists. And then there's going to be the other portion that is still figuring things out, right? They're still they're the type that, I don't know, maybe they do a little watercolor, or they got like half a sculpture on the go. They got like some oil paintings going and stuff. Like, they're creative, and they like to dabble in different creative realms, right? Express themselves differently. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that either. So, so there you go. We're gonna have those two groups of people that are pretty much gonna come in here, and I figure I'd start there. No better way to start. So this video is going to be focusing on the people that don't have a style, okay? The people that are figuring things out. And I'm going to show you an example because I am one of those people. I was not born like creative in a sense that I came out with my own style. That's for sure. I just wasn't one of those. I was a dabbler. Right, I did a little comic books, did a little charcoal drawing, did a little watercolor, did a little graphics and logos and stuff like that. Right, I kind of moved around and did film too. I did film and whatever, music videos and stuff like that. So I have experience here. Right. I was originally gonna make a video like showing examples of people with the style, but I figure, shit, you don't need examples. I'm the friggin' example. What better way than to dive into how I did it? All right, I'll go through it, man, friggin' in detail, right? Show you. So those are the two types. The people that don't have a style and still figuring things out, this lesson is for you, okay? So let's continue. So right off the bat, I knew right away I didn't want to do any digital art. That's just right off the bat, Okay, like I needed to do something physical. I had to have something in my hand. I had to be touching something, molding something, moving around, right? That's why I like mixed media, right? Because you're not just doing one thing for hours and hours on end. My mouth's dry. So I knew I wanted to do something real, and I knew I wanted to do something. And also with mixed media, what also brought me to it was it's sort of AI proof. You know what I mean? Sure, AI can make a copy of it, but it doesn't have the texture. It doesn't have the, it's three-dimensional, and it's got like, there's all kinds of elements to it that can't be reproduced, right? That element also brought me to it. Just the whole fear of AI kind of freaked me out a little bit. Holy shit. It's like, we're in trouble, but it's actually okay. Things are going to be okay. I think actually AI is going to make one of one artistic creations more valuable, to be quite honest. Art can be manufactured, right? A lot of artists out there, you go look at their art and you're like, holy cow, it's like, this guy's so creative. He's got all these great ideas, and, I wonder how they do it and stuff. And it's just like, they don't tell you, but realistically, they kind of manufacture a style, right? There are the occasional guys that just like, they just draw, flow straight, something completely unique, normal. But if you look out around art, you see like, oh, that's crazy and unique. But it is, everything is based on something. Everybody. The biggest artists in the world come from somebody, and they just continue the line on. This is how art works, right? So, as a person that wasn't born with a style or born, with the confidence of even going forward with a style takes something. It's weird. It's like, I knew I was always going to be an artist, come back to being an artist in my life. But I always felt that I can do anything. Maybe that's just me. Like, just give me a year, Like, I could be I could master watercolor. Just give me a year. Give me whatever. Whatever I choose, I was going to dedicate a year to kind of like mastering the techniques, of course, and then before going in and giving it a try, right? But I'm pretty confident because I've been an artist my whole life. So if you believe something, then you can more likely do it, right? Even though anybody can do it, but they probably just don't believe they can do it. Right? It's just like, I could be actually delusional, right? Like, but the fact that I've been doing art my whole life and I'm good at it makes me believe that I can do anything. So you're probably like that in different areas or whatever, right? So as a person without a style, it's kind of fun, actually. It's kind of fun kind of making a style. Create your own style. It's simple as that. You're not born with it. No, half of these artists, they're not born with a style. They develop it. They try this, it doesn't work. They do that. They see something, they're like, oh, that looks good, man. I'm going to incorporate that in there. They see something else. It's like they incorporate that in there. And they move through time, you know what I mean? Incorporating little ideas that they pick up along the way. They're not geniuses, all right? So let's start here. Since I did it this way, I'm going to show you my entire process. Okay, so we're going to make this about how I did it because I'm the best example because I'm friggin' here. What you do and what I did is, what do you like? What do you like? Like, seriously, go online, start a Pinterest mood board or whatever. It doesn't gotta make a mood board. Just download pictures like I did of things here. Let me show you. I'm going to show you my stuff, and then we'll just go through it step by step. I actually have pieces here. I'm going to show you my entire process that I went through to get to where I am now. Okay? And where I am now is, so there you go. That's what I'm doing nowadays. Concrete, stipple work, spray paint. There's also, I do other pieces like with molding and stuff like that in it too. But this isn't one of those. So that's what I'm doing now. That's a shadow artiste. Original piece. I'm incorporating, plus there's resin and stuff in it too. So anyway, back to what I was talking about. So I'm here making art like this, right? How did I get here? How did I get here? I didn't have any style. A year and a half ago, no style. I was basically, I could do anything. That's what I thought, right? So there's a creative person. He's got a chance now in his life. You know what I mean? He's dreamt of being an artist his whole life. He's going to go hardcore into it. So what's he going to do? Right? That's the question I had to ask myself. What do I like? I like street art. That's what I like. I like pop art. I like wildlife art. You know what I mean? Those are the things that I like. So I knew I can kind of stay in that realm for a while, for decades, whatever, before I have to change maybe into something else. But, you know, pick something you're going to like. Think about it like this. I'm going to trail off a second. I'm going to come back. Now, being born creative is similar to being born an athlete, right? Like, an athlete can do a bunch of sports. He can friggin' play baseball, football, whatever, hockey. He's big, he's strong, he's quick, he's got reflexes, you know, hand-eye coordination, whatever the hell it takes, right, to be an athlete. But he has to pick one. He has to pick one sport to do. He's not going to do friggin' 6 sports at the same time. He's not going to be pro in anything. He's not going to get good. Same thing as an artist, right? So pick one. Pick the one that you're best at. Pick the one that you feel you can dabble in for the longest time. Okay? Like, make sure you're not going to get bored. That's important. Pick the one you're good at. Pick what you want to do. Like I said, I wanted to do something in the, you know, that I move my around and like mixed media. I wanted to like get dirty. I didn't want to do digital, man. Nothing digital. I don't like digital. It's bad enough I got to go on the computer and do social media. Like, to do my art also on the computer. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'll be on the computer all day. So, back to what I was saying. Where was I, man? Jesus Christ. I have notes here, guys. But, oh yeah, I was saying that inspirations and for my art. So let me show you something. Let's go here into my folder and we'll open it up. Let me actually, I have to go down. Bing. Okay, here we go. Look, here's my folder of pictures that I like. That's it. It's just like, look, I like wildlife. You know what I mean? We're going down. I'm just doing something like I like that. You know, and then we start getting into, these are like the elements of my art, right? Look, here's the drip. You know what I mean? That I do sometimes. Here's like, look, little studies on cracks and concrete and stuff like that. Now it's starting to look like my art, right? It's like little elements of my art are in here. I'm researching stuff. I'm just getting ideas, getting everything. And there's like glass elements that I want to incorporate later in some other pieces, you know, stuff like that. So this is what it is. It's like, so go out there, right? Gather all the stuff you like, all the art you like, you know? Trust me, it's taken me a while to get here. I did not develop a style overnight. It's not going to happen overnight, man. You got to, you know, research what you like, thing, but boom. see what's possible, what you like to do. Like, I'm really good at stippling. I knew I was going to do stippling, that's for sure. I decided on that. I like stippling. I like mixed media where I'm going to get dirty. Those are the two things I had to do, and not digital, right? And plus, I'm looking for all the stuff that I like. I'd love to do, like, you know, some sort of like street type of art or whatever, something a little more edgy, not so safe. Well, it's not edgy, but it says something. My art says something. I haven't even talked about my art. I don't even want to talk about my art in my community. It's not really important. What's important is helping people sell and make money, right? It's just like, and getting into the details of how things, you can do things. Okay, so let's move on. Now, the picture that in about April, let me see, before April, January, February, March, maybe February or March of 2023, I came across this picture on the internet. Let me show you. This picture right here. That picture I came across. Weird, eh? And I just, for some reason, it's not real, it's fake, right? Like, it's not, I said, wow, man, if that would look awesome. If somebody could make like a big piece of, like, with concrete, like something about concrete that I just love. I don't know what it is. If it's growing up in the city and stuff, something about it. But anyway, I thought, man, that's a great idea. I could do something like that, right? I could, you know, get a big panel board and, you know, let's just get this so I can talk to the camera and the pictures there. So I can get a big panel board and do something like this, all right? Okay, I go, wow, I'm going to give that a try. So, and also, you know, like I said, I like, you know, spray paint and stuff like that. So it's kind of a pop culture thing. So anyway, also too, on top, so this set the thing in motion, all right? So let me show you some stuff. Let me see. Is there anything here? Yeah. This picture, here, let me go wide. Bam. Got me to do this. Look. This little, it's a tiny little, it's like a, so what I did is I went to the dollar store. I go, I'm going to give that a shot. So I went to the dollar store and I tried to, like, because, you know, I'm not going to spend money. I'm just doing experiments. So I'm showing you all my experiments all the way up to the pieces I'm doing now over the year that it took me to get here. Okay? So this picture was done in April of 2023. And it was done because of that picture I just showed you, that Marilyn Monroe picture that sparked something in me. So what I did is I went out and I bought, I don't know what kind of material this is. I can't recall. This might be just simple plaster. It might be simple plaster. So I plastered some plaster on here. I painted it gray. So I was experimenting to see if I can do that look there. So I did this with paint. It was so hard to do. To paint on top of a rough surface, super bumpy. So I moved it to a marker or whatever. This isn't good. This is just an experiment. Like I said, it's a throwaway. But then I continued on because I wanted to experiment with the texture of the surface, because the surface in my pictures, as you can see, is a, let's show this again. I just want to get really detailed and granular. You know what I mean? That's the way I like to do things. See? As you can see right there, all this surface here, this is all concrete, rough, you know, whatever. It took a while for me to develop it, right? But I'm going to go through it with you. You see, so that was the first experiment to get the texture on the thing. So I ended up, you know, since the friggin' dollar store comes in a set of 3, I figured I might as well just do some more. So I went out and I bought, so I did this one. It's like an owl, all right? And it's got like spray paint for the eyes and it drips down, whatever. But I started experimenting more with textures, right? This is all about texture experiments. This one, and then I got the third one, which is this one. It's like a Mexican skeleton playing the guitar. And then I started getting into the drip now. I experimented a little bit with the drip. But these are more experiments on texture. So I used a lot of different materials so I'm just playing right now. Just playing with cheap materials. I went to thing, but I did buy I did experiment with stuff like this, pumice gel, which is sort of gives it gives it a sandy kind of concrete thing. So now I'm experimenting, I'm learning. I still use this to this day on my new pieces. So this was from day one, these type of products. And I've experimented, right? Here's another one from Liquidex. This is ceramic stucco. It's okay. It's not as good as the other one. This one is like, for some reason, it's painted gray, and it's like the other one is translucent. It's just texture. Anyway, so let's move on. So now I'm doing experiments in, April, May, whatever of 2023, right? So last year. So over a year ago, I'm starting to now experiment. So we're moving on. Now, also too, my influence wasn't just that one picture, right? Like, I want to start creating art. I want to, do something unique. So what my inspirations are really, what my art is, it is an amalgamation of my favorite stuff. That's all you got to do, man. But you got to be able to do it, though. You know what I mean? Like, you can't be like my favorite, like Robert Bateman. I'm going to paint like Robert Bateman, and you fucking don't even know how to paint. You know what I mean? You got to be able to do it, right? So here, let me show you. Okay, so there you go. There's my shit there. Now, here we go. You see? My stuff is a mix of this, and this. It's pop, it's street, plus it has the homage to nature. All right? There you go. So that's it. So it's weird. It's like I'm exposing myself here, right? Like, I'm just letting you know that this is all done purposely. It's not like I'm like, like I designed a look, and I'm going with it. Like, this is what I'm doing. Stipple with concrete, resin, drips, flash of colors. I actually have like a line of just black ones too that I'm going to work on. But anyway, regardless, you'll know it's the same artist. That's the thing about a style, right? We can get to that later, but I'm just talking about how to even build. I'm just talking about the nitty gritty of building a style. We're not going to talk about how style connects to your identity and the psychology of the connection of a style to an artist, which is ultimately the most important thing. If you show up on social media, I'm going to need a drink, and one day with a painting that looks like this and another day with a painting that looks like that, it's like one day with a logo, one day with a fucking print, one day with something else. Like, no one's going to remember you, man. That's not the way it works. You can never. Anyway, that's a whole other video, the identity thing. Let's stick with this. Let's stick on people that don't have a style, building a style, okay? Because I did it. So I'm showing you how I did it. So you saw those three artists, Robert Bateman, Banksy, and like pop art. So that's basically what my art is. It's those three elements combined in one. With a message. I haven't even got about that. I don't really want to talk about the message of my art. It's okay. That's like, I'll save that for the marketing and whatever of my art. Okay, so let's move on. So anyway, so now I'm into the drip, right? Because I did the drip on this guy. This was actually a set, right? Because as you can see, I used all the primary colors just to in case. I actually had it hanging up down in the basement, just in case I wanted to use it. Because what the hell? I mean, that's I don't want to just throw it out. So it was like kind of a set, this like a 3-piece set. But anyway, that's that. So I moved on. I went off and I bought another thing, right? But this one I did an experiment with drips. So here. This is a 3-piece one too. It's 3 pieces, but this one, what I did, I was really getting into the texture now. So I experimented 3 different styles of texture. One of these is actually like a rubber. This one is actually like a seal that they would use like on marinas, like for boats. Like, I don't know. I don't know why I thought that it would be a good idea. You know why? Because I wanted it to be a bit flexible or something. I didn't want it to crack or break if I had to ship it somewhere, right? Like, I'm thinking way ahead of time here. I'm thinking like I might have to ship this friggin' art to goddamn friggin' Arizona or something in the dry heat, you know? So I'm thinking of, so anyway, I tried different things. Anyway, this is a marine thing, and it's just a little, like a thing. I actually had it in my basement washroom, which is, you know, shows you how much the basement washroom is where like the kids' projects go. But it's a 3-piece thing. So basically, it's more experimentation on surfaces. It's getting, you know, a little more knowledge on materials that I will need to do this. Different textures, different styles. Hey, look, this half of this is one thing, half of it's another. You know, I remember doing this. I actually took notes, I think, on this one too, the experiment. So, you know, so far we're, you know, April, whatever, we're going into the year now. I'm still experimenting, and we're moving on. So now I do this really, really ugly one. So now I'm getting into the drip. This is like some Amazonian guy. It's really, really bad. I'm almost embarrassed to show this. I shouldn't even show it. I was experimenting with resin, and I used acetate sheet. I don't know why I thought, let me try putting an acetate sheet with a drawing on it. Then I'll pour resin over it and see how it looks. I actually jumped right into the resin, didn't I, without telling anything. This might be later. I might be out of order here. Let me put this shitty one. Let me just pretend this one doesn't even exist. How about that? Even better. It's one of those. I don't want to talk about that piece. You ever have those pieces that hurt when you look at it? So anyway, so I started getting into resin, and I started wanting to do experiments with resin. Oh, this is what I did. I remember what I did. Okay. There was a time where I actually used real cement on a piece just to see how it would look, because I'm trying to get a concrete look. So I don't know, just out of the blue, I said, man, I'm going to try real concrete, but I thought of it already. I thought this isn't going to work. You know? But anyway, I tried it. Here, I'll show it to you. This one here. This one is real concrete. It still has the tape on it. I can still remove the tape because it's like I haven't used it. But this is real concrete. Oh shit! It's okay, guys. It's useless anyway. I'm not using it. I put real concrete on a panel board. I gessoed the panel board, and this is actually real concrete. But the thing is, it's all cracked. Look, see that corner there? It's cracked. It's like you can't make this, man. You can't make this art. It'll chip off. Like, imagine delivering this. It won't even make it out the front door. It'll be all cracked at the bottom of the package. So it'll be like just friggin' cracks under there. Oh, not cracks. What do you call that? Just crumbs of friggin'. But anyway, it's useless. I'm just showing you how much experimentation I did and how, like, where I went with it. I'm pretty intense. So we're continuing on here. So I did that experimentation, did that. I'm kind of like now getting a little confident in the textures that I'm going to use and the look of where I'm going. So I'm moving along here, you know, whatever. These are all experiments. None of these pieces here were meant to sell, show anyone ever, to be quite honest, right? Okay, so we're moving along. And then, actually, I made a really good one, man. This one was one of my favorites. Actually, I think I did this little throwaway one. What I did was, I didn't want to draw pictures for my experiments because it's just too time-consuming. So I grabbed some old pictures that I did when I was a little kid, when I was about 17, 18. I photocopied them, and I just used those for experiments. because what am I going to use? Freaking make a new drawing for what? I'm going to throw it out. But anyway, I did this one, Ace Frehley. I don't know if you know Ace Frehley, but anyway, I'm sure everybody knows Ace Frehley. So I did this one. It's just, all it is very just, it's just gray with a beam and it's resined on top. It's actually very nice. I'm going to give it to my daughter. She likes Ace Frehley, so I was supposed to give it to her a long time ago. It's been in the house for months, but all right. So that's it. So now, like, I got all my, I'm working with resin at this point. So that was the first time I did resin. So I said to myself, oh, how would they look if I resin them over, right? So, so now I got a concrete finish that I've been working on for months, whatever, weeks. And then now I try to resin them and see how it looks if I resin on top, right? So I get an idea. So then I go off and do this one. Which one was it? This one. This is actually one of my favorites. Look at that. That's a nice one. This is like already almost Shadow Artiste like brand. Like it's almost on brand, this one. It's got the military code. It's got the concrete. It's got the drip. It's got the nice black and white. It's not stipple. It is stipple, but it's stipple and paint because, like I said, I didn't want to spend too much time on these pictures. So I just quickly painted them. And then I, did like, look, there's a little stippling there, a little stippling there for highlights, some shadows, a little bit of stippling on her face, and that's it. So it was a quick drawing. But for some reason, the composition stood out. You see, you got to make work, man. Just grab your style, start just going crazy, just start experimenting. Who cares, man? No one's going to see this shit. You're not going to open a friggin' community and show everybody your work like me, right? So just go nuts, man. When it's time to develop a style, you don't need to use pro material when it's time to develop a style, bro. Go to Dollarama, grab a couple panels, grab some fucking acrylic paint, shitty brushes, whatever. I'm not saying like, but at least just to experiment, just to try things. And then when you're on to something, then you can go and, invest a little bit of money into it, So anyway, this one's one of my favorites. I'm keeping this one. Putting this one up in the studio maybe. Once I bought friggin' shelves for the studio. They've been sitting there for like 4 months. Anyway. So what happened with this one was, so I resined the Ace Frehley, and this one I drew. This one has no resin. This one is actually painted onto the gesso itself. So I said, wow, what if I make just this area here resin and keep this area concrete? So the resin is like into the concrete. Boy, that fucking, that was a crazy idea because I went down, and actually this drip too drove me nuts. This drip is perfect. It's just acrylic. That's all it is, acrylic paint. I mixed acrylic paint. I think I may have mixed a little bit of water into it or whatever, or some type of softener or something. And then I just mixed it, boom, boom. It came out perfect. For some reason, I thought I could do this all the time. Oh, fantastic. I can make drips like this anytime on any painting. This is what I thought. Unfortunately, it's not going to end up that way, as we're going to find out. So I'm moving along. This is like, maybe. So now we're heading into, we're moving along here, right? Where months are going by, in between these pieces. Life is happening too, eh? Like I don't just, I have a life. I have a kid. I have, all kinds of shit going on, man. Everybody does, right? So time is passing by in between these. So I said, let me try resin and concrete. So this was the first one I did. So I went back to one of my old pictures as a kid, photocopied it to use it as an experiment. This is shitty too. It's a Darth Vader, but I did the drip. For some reason, it didn't come out good, the drip. I started freaking out. I started saying like, man, if you're just pouring over a painting, a drip, you don't have much control, eh? Like the drip is going wherever the fuck it wants. You're trying to like, oh no shit, I poured too much. Oh my God, whatever. And then when you've done this much work on something, you know what I mean? This is like, whatever. It's another one. This is probably one of the bad ones. But like I was saying, this is all experiments. Like, so far we're on to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 experiments so far. And this is all throwaways. This is all for me to develop a style for me to finally go. You know what I mean? So, and it's purpose. Like I'm doing everything on purpose. I'm doing everything like with intent. Like I know where I'm going. Like I know what I want to do. I'm trying to come up with something, and then something leads me to something else, and something leads me to something else. Or I'm trying to do this drip thing, but I'm also doing resin with concrete. I'm like experimenting like crazy at this point, I remember. Okay, so now I'm moving on. Let's see what else we got going here. Okay. And then here's just a screw up that I did. I was gonna try to pour resin into this little groove because I haven't poured resin into a painting yet, like except I just covered it and that's it. So I was gonna pour, it's like a monkey. It's almost like one of my other drawings, almost like one of the first. And then I did the drip. Look, looks like shit. The drip looks like shit. The color was shit. The drip looks like shit. I was like already losing confidence. I can't do this drip anymore. I don't know what happened. I did it perfect the first time, and then I can't do it again. So I had to like get that under control. That was getting out of control. So I had to like kind of get away from that for a second. I'm not doing the drip anymore because I've already screwed up pieces, right? So until I could actually figure out how to do it properly or do it in a controlled manner, right? Where I can control it. I can't friggin' imagine putting a 30-hour stippling piece in there with the concrete and then pouring paint over it and it fucks the whole thing up. You'd freak out, right? So anyway, so I had to like figure something else out. So where are we going now? So I'm moving along here. So here we go. Here's a good one, guys. So I went, this is no drips anymore if you notice. And I had Elvis Presley with a little, this is him, what was he doing in this one? This is that beach movie where he's on water surfing. What do you call that? Water skiing. Water surfing. He's water skiing. Anyway, it's a stipple. And this is actually pretty good. I was trying to kind of get things better here. You know what I mean? So I got the concrete good. I got this thing good. I've got like my thing. I found out like, look, I put, this is resin, eh? This is shiny resin. I'm trying to shine it off the light so you guys can see that this portion is shiny and this portion is not shiny. Okay, so we got matte and shine together here in this one. So this is the first time I got this effect, the resin with the concrete, right? So now we're moving on. This is probably, man, Jesus, this has got to be 9 months more. Probably at the end of 2023, I think I was doing this one. So I'm already like, I'm 8 months or something. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Yeah, man. 8, 9 months doing all these things, like one a week or, one here or there, scratch one out here or there, right? I'm friggin' working, Okay, so, oh yeah, here's a good one here. This is well, yeah, that's right. This is why I did it like this. I forgot this part. This and this are the same. Look, this was the original concrete that I did for this drawing that I fucked up. So I was going to put the Elvis in here, right? Here's the concrete. Everything was ready to go. I had it all spray paint and everything. And then I did this drip. Looks like shit. So I'm like, fuck that, man. I ain't doing this. I can't do it anymore. I don't know what happened. So anyway, that's it, man. Anyway, guys, I'm developing a style. I'm struggling. Time's going on. I'm putting together different styles, right? I'm just telling you. I'm showing you the real nitty gritty, what a real artist went through, right? The actual friggin'. So anyway, so I did this one. This one's pretty good too. There's like about 2 or 3 kind of decent ones here that I would actually keep around. So then I'm moving on. I'm getting good now. So now I'm thinking like, oh shit, the drip. I can't do the drip, but I want to incorporate color into my piece. So, I just came up with something like this. This is still experimentation, right? These are dusty, guys. They were in the basement. This is the kid. It looks like something Nazi or something. Some like Nazi. No, but it's not. It's the kid from The Omen. Little creepy kid. I don't know. I found this picture in a magazine and I just quickly drew it. The only reason I did it was because I can paint his thing and then I just had to stipple his face and then a little bit on the hands and then that was it. And then the painting was done. So this was like I said, these are all experiments. I don't want to spend time because I know these aren't like, going to hit the market. You know what I mean? So I just quickly drew something and I'm doing. So now I'm thinking of doing like color backgrounds. I'm going somewhere else now. I'm experimenting, guys. This is what happens. You got to try stuff. Keep going, going, going. Okay, and then I did this one. This was probably the last one I did before I started kind of saying, okay, man, getting serious. But I tried the drip again, this time with resin and, without acrylic, with just pure resin, man. It looked like shit again, guys. But anyway, but now I'm getting more into the animals. I'm kind of honing in. I did the color thing. I don't like this one at all, but it's like a ram, and then it has like that kind of milky thing. It would have looked good if it was a cow, and then I put them. I don't know, but anyway, it doesn't matter. It looks like shit. I don't really like it. So here we go, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 pieces that I did for nobody to see before I even got to that ape that you see that I show you. I'm just showing you guys. So from there, I go. So I'm moving along. I should be telling you what I'm learning as I'm going through every step, but I'm just learning. I don't need to tell you that stuff because you're not going to make my art. I'm just showing you the extent that, some people go to develop a style. And also, too, I go to art shows, right? Like there's like a big art show down here in Toronto, the Artist Project, that I go to every year. Keep my eye out, look around, see what's going on. What I notice is like, and then I'm also like, because I'm trying to develop a style that's fresh, right? Like I was looking around to see, is there any stippling artists out here? Like, is anybody stipples? Nobody. Much less do it the way I do it with mixed media and mix it in with the concrete and all that stuff. So I'm confident my style is unique because I don't see anything like it. I go out there. I know what's out there, right? So I purposely design something unique to stand out in the market. I don't want to waste my time. I'm old. It's like I lived the whole life already. It's like, now I got to get this one started like quick, man, So, all right. So anyway, let's go back. So anyway, after I did that, okay, so what was the one like this one, the shitty one? Now I'm getting serious. So I said, okay, guys, I'm going to start. That's it. And then I'm going to figure out the drip as I go along. Okay. Now, the next piece I did is a piece that I use in my media, actually. It's in my YouTube channel, I think, on the banner. This one right here is the piece that I did after everything. This was my next piece. Now, this one is sweet, right? Like I'm getting it now. It's not perfect, though. This piece is not perfect. It's still like I'm still contemplating if I should include this piece in my first series when I release my first series of paintings, because it doesn't, you know, there's certain aspects it doesn't have. It doesn't have the cracks. I'm still working things out here. Even the drip I'm working out. I still don't even know 100% if I'm going to go with this drip. Because this drip is, look, I could take it out. I can take the drip out. It's molded. I mold the drip now. And then I'm going to glue them on, or really hard glue them on and make it really, it's 3D, man. This is like concrete rough, right? So, to be quite honest, like I said, I'm not 100%. This still might change. So I don't know if I'm going to include this one. I might keep this one for myself, or just put it in the studio, hang it out in the back, whatever. So you put it in the back of the YouTube videos or something. But we'll see. If it is, this is my, that would be my beta. Like, it's not even number 1 of series 1. It's before that. It's like friggin' the prequel to series 1, that piece there. But anyway, let me see what else I got here. And then I did this one. I got into doing stuff with black. You know, this one also too. This is just pure resin on black. Pure resin on black. This is nice. I got really, really big ones here. I got about 6 pieces done. I need maybe another 2 or 3. A couple more months. Oh shit, that's gonna fall down. Anyway. So that's my journey, man. Holy cow. So that took me to here. All that. 17 pieces that I did purposely, designing a style for myself. It wasn't natural. The guys who have a natural style, I'm fucking jealous. I wish. Seriously, I wish I had a natural style that I knew what I was going to do. I knew how my things were going to look and everything. And like I said, and have confidence to go through with it. With me, I'm I'm analytical. I'm very strategic with things that I do. I'm not loose with anything, you know? Like, I'll go out, I'll strategize, do some recon, go out to the art shows, see what's happening, right? You don't want to do anything that's the same. Anyway, so let's wrap this up. I don't even know how long I tape for, because my webcam doesn't have a time thing on it. I shoot this on a webcam. I don't shoot this on a normal thing. Anyway, guys, I don't know. I hope that helped you, man. Like, I hope that showed you. Let me go through this. So anyway, let's go through this. I have notes, guys. I take notes. Like, right in front of me is like all kinds of notes. You guys don't see it. It's good that you don't see it, because you'd think I was crazy. But so we're gonna, you know, guys, you don't have a style. You do a little this, a little that. Collect your inspirations together, right? Just like I did. You saw it, right? My animal pictures, whatever. I have a whole bunch. That was actually, you know, I could have showed more, but I just couldn't find it. It's in my old computer. So collect your inspirations. Put them on a mood board. Put them in a friggin' folder. Open them up. Look at them all. Look at what you like, man. What do I like? You know, like there's all kinds of stuff. Like I don't even know where to start. But anyway, what you do ultimately is you start creating connections between them, right? That's what I did. Like, I'm not Robert Bateman. I can't fucking paint like Robert Bateman, right? But I can stipple wildlife. I fucking love wildlife. I love animals, man. That's what my message is all about in my art. It's about like society's suppression of nature and human nature. Like, you know, even though I'm painting animals, there is kind of a symbol for nature in general, right? Anyway, I don't want to get into that, but let's learn here. And you got to create connections between all of your inspirations, right? Like, look at your favorite artists. And also, too, you can also learn, right? Like I said, I was willing to dive in 1 year on something, you know, to learn it. If there was a style or an artist that I kind of wanted to think, I would learn it. You could learn anything, man, especially nowadays, the information age. Fucking watch YouTube videos, join a community, blah, 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 blah. Within 5-6 months, you'll be, you know, you'll be on your way. So create connections of like the best parts that you like, right? Like, oh, I like black and white photography and old noir movies and friggin' old horror movies mixed with fucking cyberpunk or something, like, or whatever. It's like, you know, get some cool connections together, man. Like, mix some stuff together, different art, you know? You think it's all been done, but it hasn't been done, right? Like, as much as you think things have been done, you just haven't tried it. You haven't mixed your specific blend of your inspirations together. It's like a band, right? Like, bands, when the original members leave, they ain't the same, man, because you need all those pieces together to make the fucking band, right? Just like you need all your inspirations together to make your art, you know? Gather the band. Get a drummer, a guitarist, you know, a bass player, let's go. Right? Mix them all together, make music with it, with all the best pieces of everything. You know, that's when bands are the best, right? Like when they blend together perfectly. You take one person out of the band, you put him somewhere, he's fucking shit now. He's not even good anymore. For some reason, the synchronicity works. You know, he works in conjunction with the other pieces, the same way your art should do, right? You can do that. Anybody can do that. Go get inspired and mix things together. That's exciting, man. I wish I could do that all the time. Fuck, I should do that. Like every series will be like a new... No, it'd be way too much work. Anyway, and here I got a note here that says, you can learn and practice is basically what I said. Right? You can learn and practice the parts that you need, right? To create the amalgamation of your favorite things. Imagine all your favorite things together. That's awesome, man. I'm not saying like they got to be happy. They could be friggin' whatever. It could be dark, you know? So it's not impossible, guys, to make a style even though you're not born with a style. I just went through it. I did it. I'm going to be selling paintings soon, and I was not born with a style, right? I put a style together, which I like to do. You know, that's part of it too, right? Like you have to, you know, you're not just going to put together something just because you think it's going to sell. It has to have all the balance of everything, right? Like I'm able to stipple drawings. I like it. It's almost like a fucking big jigsaw puzzle, right? Takes days to do. I kind of like it, you know, but I could stipple anything. I can change my subject matter eventually. You know, I'm not going to do the exact same art for eventually, but I mean forever, but it's getting late. I've probably been talking too long. I'm going to, you know, tweak as I move through the years. You know, my art will probably eventually, you know, move. I'm not going to do the same fucking thing constantly. But I'm hoping not to, and I hope maybe you don't either when you get up and rolling. Anyway, guys, I think we're good here, right? I feel like this was a pretty good lesson because I had my stuff here to show as an example, like a real life case study of somebody building a style who didn't have one. He was creative. He could do friggin' anything. I can create anything. I made all kinds of shit. But I had to nail down something to do, right? And do it right, so. Okay, guys. Shadow Artiste, man. Let's go. Make some art, man. Get your shit out there.